guys, welcome to Truth Talkin Thursday. This is Jim, I'm Jane. I'm just going to jump right in it. So I've been thinking a lot about the episode that we aired last week in regards to the program that Jim has been developing for the last several years. What I really want to focus on this week is the importance of what he's doing. And this morning, I watched a video by Robert Kiyosaki. Now, I'm not sure if you're familiar with him, but Robert Kiyosaki wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He wrote The Cash Flow Quadrant. He's responsible for huge financial information, which he shares freely out of the same desire that Jim has to reform people's thoughts and the way they think about things. I would urge anybody actually to read his books, or the video that I watched this morning is called They Want You to Be Poor, and it's on YouTube. Just Google it and I'm sure it'll come up. We learn some very powerful things from our first days, our first memories, and we continue that throughout our lives. If you are not taught to think for yourself at a very young age, it becomes an issue the older you get. And you end up with habits and beliefs that may or may not be true. And I feel like that's what we have now with the education system in specific. We have an educational system that teaches us to be robots, that teaches us to be specialists, doctors, nurses, scientists, physicists, what have you. It teaches us to be that, and anybody that is not that, which is what percentage of the population is actually a specialist? Do you know?
I don't know an actual fact because it changes all the time, so it's hard to pinpoint, but I would take a wild guess, probably 20%, maybe. So that leaves about 70 or 80% of the folks that aren't quote-unquote specialists.
So think about that for a minute. Over half of us in this whole big old wide world are not being trained the way we need to be trained to live the lives that we're living.
Or we want to be trained. That's the other piece. I mean, we're not being trained as we want to be trained.
No. We're pushing out kids. And think about this too. We're pushing out kids now who have, $80,000 student lines of credit, or what have you, debt, student debt. We'll just call it debt. We'll throw it under that umbrella. And they have no way to pay it off because they can't even get a job at Starbucks because people in our age are taking the jobs because we need the money, because we've lived past our expenses as well, and our jobs have become redundant. So we're taking the jobs that they normally had. It's a vicious circle.
Mm-hmm. It sure is.
And this is what is so important. I just want to stress to all of us, and I'm a parent too, think about this. Think about this. This is really important.
The decisions that we make, and I don't mean to, believe me, I'm not overstating the situation here. I'm passing along what I've come to understand from people who are experts in the field and who are the sort of the gurus, the people that they're seers, they're visionaries, they're people that could see this coming years and years ago and warned people then of the impending sort of collapse of what we're not doing. I mean, what we should be doing, and what we need to be doing. Technology has grabbed us so quickly, and we're getting left so far behind. The system now is at a point where it can't be reformed anymore. We've gone as far as we can go to reform the system. What we need to do now is transform the system. And there's a huge difference in meaning there, and one kind of stands for the fact that we need to be outside the box. Jane and I were talking about being outside the box and how we need to start thinking out there, because that's where the answers and a lot of the questions to be answered are.
Yeah, we've made a huge shift in our society from the industrial age to the information age.
Absolutely.
And that has brought monumental change and some amazing inventions and
incredible
situations that we are now all able to partake of, which is very, very cool. But having said that, we forgot to upgrade and, as Jim so eloquently said, transform all of the systems that worked in the industrial age. They don't work anymore.
No.
We have to change them. And that's what this is all about. That's the foundation of most of the rest of the changes that can then follow suit.
Yes.
And by changes, I mean transformations.
Yeah.
It starts with something small. Education is not small, but there are people that would lead you to believe that it is.
Yeah.
If we all give that some really good thought, it makes sense then that a transformation is necessary. It's no wonder these kids are bored. Half of the stuff that we were forced to learn is not applicable whatsoever.
And the big changes, I mean, as parents, if you've got school-age kids, you folks need to be in there. There is so much that needs to change and so much that needs to happen, but it needs to happen. We cannot depend on the system to do this anymore.
No.
And that's been our big downfall, really, is we've just said, okay, we've wiped our hands of it and said, we pay taxes, we send our kids to school, let them do it, let them educate the kids and all that kind of stuff. And what they're doing is they're managing to instill a tremendous amount of data in our kids and said, learn it. The kids don't want to learn it. They want to, and they're being told to memorize. It's called rote learning. And now, if you're a brain surgeon, if you're a scientist of some kind, if you're sending a rocket to the moon, rote learning is important, because you don't. If you're a pilot, like if you're the captain of that ship, you need to be able to do things automatically. You may not always have a chance to think it through and all that kind of stuff. But that's a very small number of people. I'm not saying, and we're not saying, that rote learning doesn't have its place. No. It doesn't have its place in the regular educational system as we know it now. So we want to be doing things that encourage our kids to go to school, make learning fun as opposed to a dredge, and we're going to get more kids coming back into school or wanting to stay longer. One of the things that they need to be looking at doing is not teaching kids by the amount of data that they inhale. They need to be teaching kids, as Einstein said. You remember Einstein? What a dummy he was, eh? Einstein basically suggested that we need to teach kids how to learn. If we can teach kids how to learn, they will take care of their career choices all by themselves. And our kids are going to miss out on it because they are not going to be able to compete for good career jobs in a new global economic situation. They won't be able to compete. Other countries are already doing this. Why aren't we? And that's the big question.
My takeaway for this is, as parents, we need to take a more hands-on, active approach in the education that our children are receiving. And that is the only way that this transformation that is so necessary is going to happen. And that is by us taking responsibility and stop just accepting and settling for the way things are. And
it's not the other way around anymore. So if you care about what happens to your kid, start taking an interest in terms of what and how he's learning, or she is learning, and get interested, get excited, ask questions, don't be afraid to step up. I just realized that the system that's in place right now, generally speaking across the board, is not able to do the job anymore. It's gone as far as it can go. It's done well up to this point.
We have an ineffective system in place for education at present. Think about that, and think about the changes that are so necessary to make.
Not to make this a political thing, and I'll just try and slip this in at the end, but if you're a conservative supporter right now, check out what Doug Ford, slipped there, Freudian slip. See what he's got planned for education, because he's going to cut it all to ratchet. He's looking at a 10 to 15% cut.
Have a great week, everybody.
Thanks for stopping by.